55. All 119.
For Lucas Venig, this tournament is a free hit for him. Didn't expect to be here. But with the spate of withdrawals, as you alluded to, Dan, it's ranking money for him, coming in as a late replacement. And then anything else on top of that's a big bonus.
That's a beauty. Leaves the ball.
82.
Well, it's a good leave in the end.
You require 92.
But that is that. Nico Springer jumps into a 2-0 lead.
Game. '86.
Well, Lucas Venig is finding himself in more than a spot of bother. He's facing a double break of throw. Really has to try and stay straight on 260. He doesn't know where he wants to throw it from.
65.
And in the end, chose to look at the bullseye to try and leave 170.
96.
Now, doing nicely. Tops after 12, threatening to break.
'99. Nico, you require 40.
4-0. Well, that's a mistake.
Lucas, you require 96.
Again, Venig gets an opportunity.
Will he take it? Yes, he does. Double 18 found, and Lucas Venig registers his first leg of the match. And as a consequence, he's getting darts at double in every leg. It was only the mistake that he made in the fourth that's allowed Venig a leg on the board. Could and probably should be 5-0.
65.
Nice use of the bullseye. These treble, single, double. Bullseye doesn't need to be considered on the outshot.
Have a little think about it.
37. Nico, you require 116.
Well, that hasn't gone well.
56. '89. Nico requires 60.
Double top.
Yeah,
5-1. Made that look easy, didn't he?
Nico to throw first. Game.
It's been enough to see off Danny Noppert, who awaits in the second round, because Noppert is on a horrible losing run of the Euro Tour that's almost inexplicable.
96.
You think it's going to come to an end, but it's going to be tricky against Springer. We assume it's against Springer.
'40. Nico require 170.
Well, shots like that from Venig only heighten Springer's chances.
134. Oh.
That might be a parting shot from Venig. 2 180s in the leg, and yet Springer with match darts. Springer knocked him out of the qualifier for this event. He got in anyway. But now he is definitely going home for good, because Nico Springer has swept his fellow German aside. A 6-1 win, dragging his average up to more than 96 in the process.
Durk, in spells, doesn't look far off the old version of Durk. But this man is going to have to hope as he gets an off version of Durk and a very good version of himself.
144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144. 144.
as we know. Records are for DJs, but
132.
let's see how this one plays out.
He's left double six after a dozen darts. That is not an off version of Durk. Jerzy looking to get down to a finish himself.
80.
Well, he does. It's quite unfortunate. It looked in the treble 20.
Agreed. Double six. Ooh, double three.
9.
That's the risk.
Jerzy require 156.
Yes, that walk-on music was quite something. My eyes are still vibrating.
60. Durk require 3.
Well, in the earliest of stages of matches, 1-1-1 is not something you particularly want to be going at.
No score.
It's not exactly a nerve settler, is it?
No.
To go for that target.
96.
And that is already 5 darts squandered at the outer ring. Jerzy looks at 96. And that is the first leg that Georgeeski has ever won on the European Tour.
Second leg.
And he's done it in 18 darts.
He's not just picked his pocket for his wallet, he stole his car keys as well. I should win this. Some I lost, some I won comfortably as expected. But yeah, it's tough. And especially when you...
140.
If I'd have made the start Durk made and then watched him take that 96, my head would probably have already been falling off. But Durk's made of sterner stuff.
99.
It's unfortunate.
Durk require 123.
Could have left 160. As it is, Durk has the options here. Yeah, that's a strange old play, that.
Good.
But it works. If he'd have hit the 16, then surely there was no way he was going for the ball.
Okay.
Does have the feeling a little bit of a training match for Durk, this, because he's not being put under any sort of pressure. That's a brilliant 177, and even a 180 from Jerzy won't get him down to a finish.
Yeah, he's in absolute control now.
140. Durk require 132.
Double.
Good.
Wow.
Yes.
On the fifth leg.
Hello.
140.
How's that managed to squeeze in between them two now?
You could see how close it was from that camera angle.
Well, he's probably felt like when it's come out of his hand, it's nailed on. Look, and it's just managed to squeeze.
He could be ending this with a 10 darter. Well, it's gone slightly better for Georgeeski than his Euro Tour debut. He's won a leg. But he has been blitzed
36.
by another frighteningly talented Dutchman. Dirk van Dijvenbode does seal the deal with a 10 darter. That is a special performance from the Titan, a titanic performance. A man who is desperate to win his first European Tour title. He's come close on a number of occasions. If he continues to play to that standard, he is in with a huge chance.
If you keep playing at that level, good things will happen. And as we've already said, a weekend like this, where a lot of the top names aren't here, it kind of opens the door for somebody like Willie O'Connor or Wessel Nyman.
Yeah, could be their time to shine. But this was a game that we picked out in this afternoon's action that all of us were looking forward to, because it could be a Euro Tour classic.
Yeah, Willie O'Connor, a two-time Euro Tour finalist, World Cup finalist, of course, as well, with Ireland.
100. William O'Connor 130.
Doesn't necessarily have to go for this. Wessel on 161.
Sure, he'd turn it down.
Let's find
Unless he
out.
wanted to play a few mind games. Ooh,
No.
good call, Dan.
Wesley O'Connor
The stats make him
161.
right.
Yeah,
He has increased his chances of winning the leg.
correct. I just loved it when it goes wrong.
Oh, yeah, everybody loves that. But he's given himself a better chance of winning the leg, because he might need all 3 darts at the outer ring. When the end he only needs 2, but at least he's going at the doubles he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he played the percentages. It's just...
$134.
Well, I don't think they're ducks. I think they're chickens.
Listen to Bill Oddie over here.
140. William O'Connor, 81.
Right, 81 for Willie O'Connor to keep the hold to throw going in this one.
It's already big, even this in these early stages in a race to 6, and he's... Well, I think it is 47 left. Tops is the
41.
preference.
Wesley O'Connor, 67.
So 18. A break. And the lead.
On the 3rd leg, Weston Nyman.
For him, it's probably down to the fact that on the days that he feels good, he plays good. Just get a different feel about your game. He's been a tour card holder for 14 years.
Yeah,
that's an incredible feat in itself.
Yeah, he has been around an awful long time, Willie O'Connor. He's not even hit 40 yet.
Oh, he's still only 38.
100.
And you do wonder, he could be one of those where the best years are to come for him. You don't know, that might not be, but it could be.
Well, one thing about Willie O'Connor is he looks after himself, doesn't he?
Yep.
Not sure if he's still boxing, but still used to go to his local boxing club and have a move about.
130. Wesley O'Connor, 123.
This would sting.
Got still on. Well, not now.
57. William O'Connor, 52.
Don't let Nyman have a go at the 66. He's been taking those sorts of shots out. So he doesn't.
On the 5th leg.
Stops the little run of legs for the Dutchman.
6-legged Vessel to throw first.
30 seconds.
$100.
Again, he's threatening those 2 treble visits.
$60.
This is an opportunity. And Willie O'Connor jump all over it.
They're
46.
wild. Not wild. The breaker, a holder throw here, of course, but Vessel within 1, and then the pressure mounts even more. Like that. Drop to start. Just to refocus.
100. $100. Wesley O'Connor,
Neck
160.
and neck. Following Wessel down, but following isn't good enough. Got to beat him there. And you won't beat that. It's a beauty. 160 out for Wessel Nyman.
I can assure you, Willie O'Connor would have been thinking 140 minimum here.
93. $46.
This is a sickener for Willie O'Connor.
Yep.
This could end up the worst leg of the match. And it would have been gift wrapped for Willie O'Connor.
100.
15 darts thrown down to 92. There's no guarantee he gets a dart at double from there. And Willie's just not there to take advantage.
134. Wesley O'Connor, 92.
Gives a different look on the leg. What a dart.
Double 16 for the match. He has not missed a dart at double. He has now. But he gets it done in a visit. It is a brilliant display of finishing from Wessel Nyman. Willie O'Connor fought and battled and scrapped. And there was an opportunity at the end there to try and turn it around. He was unable to take it, but it's down to Nyman. So clinical at the back end of legs. Visit perfect, a 160 in there, and only missed one dart at double.
Myself down, go to Q School. I'm good at Q School. I'll get my card. Here he is. Which means, in the first 12 months, which he's currently in, something of a free hit. Just try and accumulate as much money as you can.
Yeah, and look, he started the year well. He's already got 20-odd grand on his ranking, so if he carries on at this rate, he will be fine. It's a pretty decent start from him.
59. Kagalioka, 98.
98 required for a 5-visit opening salvo. And he gets it done in 2 darts. And Raymond van Barneveld will not like the looks of that.
117.
Right, Raymond van Barneveld needs to knuckle down here. Because there is a lot of throwing his hands around and raising his eyebrows, and not a great deal of fight at the minute. And Evil Charlie is one of the nicest men you could possibly hope to meet, but he will, figuratively, quite happily, kick Barney when he is down.
59. Kagalioka, 52.
Number 16.
20.
Well, it's not a disaster. Well, any more treble-less visits, and Raymond van Barneveld may burst into tears. Luckily, treble 18 stops us from seeing that.
Not getting any better for him, though. That is back-to-back 19 darters for Karel Sedlacek.
Well,
180, the first of the match, comes against the darts.
60.
Barney is all around the treble. This could be an absolute rout.
100.
Looks better. But even so, because the dart lies flat, he hit it in the top part of the treble bed. Double 14. Kisses the wire, but the evidence of this game suggests 148 won't go. Can Barney prove us all wrong? Maybe. It's on, double 14. Sedlacek missed it. Barney does not. Where has that come from? A nod from Karel Sedlacek, and Raymond van Barneveld reminds us there are 2 players in this game. $79. Resisted the temptation, I think, to still go for treble 20 and achieve a double Robin Hood. 66.
Oh, that is an agonising one. But look how he responds.
140.
All of a sudden, he's got his nose in front in this leg.
$92.
You can see it doesn't look like it did a huge amount of damage, so I'm not sure if he's changed the stem.
43. Raymond 151.
Barney in control in this leg. For another big combo finish after the 148.
111. Karel 139.
This is a toughie.
77. Raymond Ilkov,
Made
40.
even tougher when you first start landing single one. So Raymond van Barneveld gets another leg on the board. A bit more regulation just to go at top. A hold of throw. He holds his hand.
.41.
That 148 aside, nothing's worked for Barney tonight. One of those ultimately very frustrating days at the office.
100. .65.
Stay straight and hit one or two trebles.
140.
Yeah, that's very good from Sedlacek. He's within touching distance of round 2.
Single 18, double top.
95.
That might be the last dart that Raymond van Barneveld throws. And it was thrown seemingly in resignation. Sedlacek looks at double 10. Now double 5. For the second time this year, Karel Sedlacek has beaten Raymond van Barneveld on the European Tour. But unlike their meeting in Riesa, this one was close to domination for Sedlacek. Raymond van Barneveld looked despondent from the off. Nothing worked. The 148 came out of nowhere. It's no wonder Sedlacek has got a huge grin on his face. And he took full advantage of it.
I'll be amazed if a lot of the Belgian players don't opt for the host nation qualifier. It just makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, none of the Belgians went to the qualifier for visa, but we do have another one coming up in Antwerp. Maybe they're saving themselves for it.
100.
Richie Woodhouse winning the Europeans was very apt of what was sort of going on in darts at that time, wasn't it? We were having first-time winners crop up all over the place. Mike De Decker being another.
Yeah, that final where he defeated Jermaine Watamina, probably the most extra major final you're ever going to see. This had silenced the crowd. Another treble 19. Needed that to leave double top. 78 left, so treble 18, the port of call. Good setup. However, Menser backed by fervent support. Can he take out 116?
But was backed by John Lennon there. This is awkward for him. He's another player that doesn't actually look like his darts are that flat, but I can assure you they are. That's a wonderful dart to leave double 18. Had to be really creative.
Games on the first
Wow.
leg. Menser.
Of course he gives it large. He's Menser Suljovic.
Menser will be using that energy in such a positive fashion.
100.
He'll feel the force of the fourth dart. What Woodhouse basically needs to do is not feel like he's only throwing 2.
Exactly. And if he can somehow find a performance to put his opponent on the back foot, that will translate into putting the fans on the back foot. Just quieten them down a bit, but at the moment, well, Richie just can't find the big visits to put Menser under pressure. Been a real struggle so far. Yet to have a dart, a double in the opening 2 legs.
140.
Might not get a dart, a double in leg 3. Well, you know what he's left. It's the Menser. We don't call it double 14. That's when you know you've had an impact in a sport.
89. Menser, you've acquired 28.
It's not a favourite choice of many, but it is of Menser Suljovic, double 14. Normally has his name written all over it. There you go. Proof is in the pudding, and that's 3 from 3 on the outer ring. Richie Woodhouse might be panicking slightly. It does still amaze me how Menser Suljovic just carved out such a successful darts career when he's got one of the most ungainly throws you could see. But he makes it work for him.
102.
It's the only way he could get around the yips, wasn't it? very successful soft tip thrower as well, so no surprise to see that ball middled. Double 16 for 5-0.
70.
Hit and hope time for Richie Woodhouse.
Menser, you require 32.
Well, he's down to a finish, but 5-0 looks inevitable. A treble break. Double 8.
Richie
a glimmer of hope for Richie Woodhouse. Menser is starting to miss darts at double. And he's taken that glimmer of hope and booted it into the ether.
Menser requires 16.
Another go at double 8. Menser is one leg away from a remarkable round 1 victory. He was beaten 6-0 by Richie Woodhouse in their last meeting. He is about to dish out for his home stage. Richie Woodhouse has just got to take this one on the chin.
Menser, you require 128.
He is being beaten, as it stands, by the better player. I think he'd have gone for that, just to give the crowd something extra.
He is somewhat of a showman.
96.
And it would have been nice, because it would have completed the card of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17.
You can literally see the wire bend. Double 9, next to his favourite double 14.
18. Richie requires
a lifeline for Richie Woodhouse. I thought he was going to go 2 double 19s.
57.
At least he's hit a double in the game.
Menser require 18.
To delight his home faithful. Oh, he's so good at double 14. He hits it when he doesn't need it.
Require 38.
Did that have a magnetic field round it?
On the
well, regardless, Richie Woodhouse can celebrate the fact he's not going to be whitewashed. Maybe that opens it up again. Not going to get a 9-darter in this leg.
83.
I do think a whistle put Woodhouse off then. He had a very sharp glance to the sidelines.
The constant hum of noise is not the problem. It's just that one thing that just breaks your concentration as you're about to throw.
Menser, you require 133.
This will be quite spectacular. Now it's all about the setup. Double 18 would leave double top.
57.
76 may only mean 1 dart at a double.
Might try treble 16 for double 14.
I was thinking exactly the same.
60.
I've already seen this. Well, I've already seen it done that way today.
76.
Sarcastic applause there from Richie Woodhouse, I think, in the direction of the crowd. They were noisy at first. Now they're putting Richie off. 20 for tops. For Menser to win on home soil. And he completes the job. There are 2,200 jubilant fans here in the Steiermark Halle. Richie Woodhouse, I think, pretty disgusted with the conduct of some of the fans that were needlessly whistling. Magnanimous in defeat. Suljovic was the better player. He started like a train. He faltered towards the end, but Richie Woodhouse gave himself too much work to do at 5-0 down. It was a valiant attempt at a comeback, but Suljovic had enough to get over the winning line. He wins 6-3.
Me and you, I think.
Poor choice.
140.
Strong leg from Barry Van Veer on the Kevin Dukes throw, but that was a great visit. Shots on. Double 5.
120. Kevin, you require 61.
Not having much joy on that double 5, Barry Van Veer. That's not what he was after. That leaves double 4. Nicely done. That's exactly the example we gave earlier on when we talked about rhythm.
Personality disorder, that's what it is, Dan. Ooh, hello.
Oh, what?
120.
Kevin Dukes was on the 9 darter for about 0.03 seconds there.
Well, I always, well, you can see it, there's just no room there. He's tried to follow the... Oh, and he's at a 60 as well.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Kevin Dukes has thrown 9 perfect darts in this leg, but he's had 1 bounce out.
8. I mean, this is going to be a 9 darter, isn't it?
Well, that is a stunning leg of darts from Kevin Dukes. We've not had a 9 darter in this tournament since the very first one, 2012, when we had 2 9 darters. Oh my word, this is absolutely mad.
$140.
Not quite enough to leave a finish for Barry Van Veer. Dukes could leave one.
Aspinall's the number 4 seed, isn't he, for
100.
this particular event?
It just looks a different proposition. I mean, look, he apparently, turns out last night he was saying that he was playing the Pro Tour the other day with a minor dislocation of his shoulder. Bloke made a final with his shoulder hanging out. His arm was hanging out of his body, sort of. I'm not a doctor, mate. But that doesn't sound good. Well, this time he goes, oh, look at this. Double 4. Well, a different route for the 116. This time he did get a dart at the outer ring, couldn't take it, and this for 5-1.
Treble 16. Ooh, way over pitched. Yeah, he sort of looked as that, so to say,
48.
did someone from the commentary box throw that one?
Someone from the commentary box averaged 112 in Super League the other day, just saying. Problem. But solution.
Barry Van Veer, Kevin throw first.
Great adjustment. Had to change the line and found the open bed.
58.
Maybe some of the big TV tournaments went abroad. That might happen. Who knows? Look at this from Kevin Dukes, looking to close this game out, and he has set that up beautifully with a 4th 180 of the match. Every single one of them has come from Dukes. He has outgunned Barry Van Veer for large portions of this game.
Kevin, you require 76.
Ooh. Single 18.
36.
Well, he's asking Barry the question.
You require 154.
Can you do it to stay in? Is it game on? Is it game over?
Well, he's finished well in this game, Dukes, so you would think if he does miss this, Barry Van Veer, it probably is game over. But it's still on. Couldn't nestle it. Doesn't matter how close you look at it, it's not there.
$101. Kevin, you require 40.
Double top. That seals a very impressive display from Kevin Dukes. He was on fire in the middle portion of the game and kept the scoring good enough to get himself chances to get over the line.
As you mentioned, the last time he played PDC Darts was that game against Luke Littler last year, in that mad period for the Newt where he was playing Premier League on Thursday and then straight out to Europe on a Friday, spending the afternoon travelling and then getting here late so he could play his round one match. Those days long gone for the Newt.
All home. When you require 87.
Double 18. That is a 12 darter. It is an excellent start to the game for Watamina. 5 visit hold, 4 visit break, textbook stuff.
Highest average in coming through those qualifiers came in his first match, where it was just shy of 86 against the very wonderfully named Engelbert Hartleb. 6-0 win for Zoran. So that kind of 85 average, Zoran has probably got to put at least 5 points on that and hope Watamina has an off day. As it stands, Watamina's having an on day.
Yeah, and Watamina on an on day is very, very dangerous. That could be very dangerous for even the top seed Johnny Clayton tomorrow. And there were some proper names floating around in that section of the qualifier, weren't there? And 6-4's not going to go. Engelbert Hartleb for a start. Patrick Reisenegger. And of course, Zoran Lurcher himself, a man with the name of a Bond villain, but the face and indeed life of a plumber.
.45. Jermaine, you 118. .58. Zoran, you 119.
Or treble. Zoran just crunches the numbers in his head. That leaves the bullseye. And that could have been a route back into the game for Zoran. His first start at double. Jermaine Watamina, ruthless in taking that fourth leg away from the grasp of Lurcher. Nothing hyper about his performance, though. Mid-70s average. He's never going to cut the mustard against pretty much anyone on the European Tour stage, let alone someone who's consistently performed well over the past few years.
Yes, nothing hyper, but he is getting caned.
.70.
Okay, I'm not sure. I understand the second dart. I wasn't quite sure about the third dart at the bullseye. But he is in the luxurious position of being able to do whatever he wants. What he wants now is 91 for a 6-0 win. And that's exactly what he's got. Zoran Lurcher swept aside to nil and doesn't even know where to go, it would appear. It is Jermaine Watamina who is going through to round 2 to face the #1 seed, Johnny the Ferret Clayton. We've only got one more spot left in round 2 to be won. It'll be won in our final game of the night between Luke Woodhouse and Nathan Rafati.
Not had a great deal of success down there. He's starting to spray them a bit.
11.
See, me personally on 266 and my opponent on 304. I just prefer to keep it simple and listen, what's he got to do? He's got to go up and do that and then take out 164 for it to really have mattered.
I think we are seeing more and more players these days be aggressive on these kind of numbers. So 308, forget starting on 18, just go straight to treble 20.
Yeah. So adept now, aren't they, of finding the treble, as we're seeing here. Oh, wow, bull. Could that be any more in the middle if he placed it in by hand? An absolute beautiful sequence of darts
You'll probably notice the practice room getting emptier and emptier, and then it's just you and your opponent, and you're left there with your own thoughts.
Yes, it's like when you're waiting to go to the dentist. That's what it feels like.
44.
Back in my day, of course, things were a little bit more relaxed. You allowed people in that area with you and sort of interact with them and have a bit of a laugh. And I would sort of play for an hour and then have sort of 10, 15-minute spells, and then sit down and try and relax and have a chat. You have some players that literally will come in, do all the other media commitments and other bits and bobs, get their sponsorship patches put on, and then more or less stay on that board until they get called out by the tournament director and the officials and security that bring you to the side of stage. Well, the shot's on. Wow, that's so close. So's that.
87.
He fancied that. Treble 20 was going. Treble 17 even. 2 darts at double 8. That's a lovely first dart. It's a lovely second dart from Luke Woodhouse.
Luke Woodhouse, 8th against Nathan to throw. 140.
Whatever's wrong tonight, you can try and put right tomorrow.
Another treble 20. Well, he can tee up tops.
96.
Time is on the side of Nathan Rafati.
I have to say, when Rafati's been missing, it's been minuscule, hasn't it?
96.
Very few real wild darts.
Nathan 40.
Oh, right on cue. Thanks, pal.
16.
Couldn't make that up,
Luke
could you?
105.
Ball. Oh, no.
$69. Nathan Yukar 24.
And he's hit double 12 twice already.
Sure if Luke just sort of, it looked like he just sort of glanced down towards the bullseye. I'm not sure if he was contemplating the option if he missed the ball 25 tops. Well, that's a disaster from Raf. Or is it?
No score.
It's an opportunity that Rafati did not expect. So, take 2. He's hit double 12 twice already. Make it thrice.
But what a chance for Woodhouse. That would have been a breaker throw, a 5-3 lead, and would now be thrown for the match.
$100.
Good last start from Rafati, forcing Woodhouse to find a 2 treble turn, which he's going to do, minimum.
140.
Again, a dart has gone through a gap that didn't look there.
$135.
Crams that third dart in to leave 103.
There's a bit of extra zip on that one, wasn't there?
$96. Nathan Yukar 103.
Treble 17. Leaves double 16 to take us all the way.
71. Luke Yukar 128.
And a big selection of last leg deciders. Luke Woodhouse wants to avoid that. He will avoid it if he takes out 128.
Not sure if there's a lot of room there. 42-32 might be the option. You can see a lot of that was blocked out.
Nathan Yukar 32. Game shot on the 10th leg. Nathan Rafati, 11th and final leg.
This is going the distance. Always felt like it would, because both players have been average-wise virtually identical. All right, it's 5-5, so George Noble's decided to make an appearance.
Absolutely, this is a Noble. That's about a 50% lucky-likey, that.
96.
Good effort. Needs all of them, doesn't he? Well, another treble to leave a finish. So 6 darts for Woodhouse.
Lurcher call 161.
At 161. Get it done in the decider.
Looking at the bull.
48.
He was looking at it. It's not ideal. Means that Luke Woodhouse has left himself a treble, single, double out shot. Rafati might be looking at the bull himself here.
60.
Well, he should have been for me to leave 120. He's now going to use the bull to start the 125 shot if he comes back. It's a big if. He's going to get 1 dart, barring disaster. That's a nice safe 13. That is a lovely dart at tops. Luke Woodhouse seals the deal with a shake of the head. He knows that he needs to play much better than that if he's to advance any further in this tournament. Peter Wright awaits tomorrow evening. Nathan Rafati put up a fight. It was a brilliant 164 checkout along the way, but Luke Woodhouse was far too strong. And that concludes the first day of the Austrian Darts Open here at the Steiermark Halle in Graz. Join us again tomorrow, 1 o'clock local time, when the big boys will arrive.